Hey friends, it's Courtney. I've got Phaedra and Nyx hanging out in the bed with me, my two standard poodles. Welcome back to my channel Phyrra, where we talk about all things cruelty-free beauty, gothic fashion, and lifestyle. So today's video is a tag. It was done by my friend Angelica, and it's called the Not So Basic Booty Guru tag. And I thought it'd be a lot of fun because I haven't done a tag in a long time. So I'm going to read the questions to you, and then I'm going to give you my answers. People tend to think beauty YouTubers are experts or should be at doing makeup. Of course, that's not always true. What is one thing you struggle with? So I am definitely not a professional makeup artist. I work full-time in the tech industry, and then I do blog and YouTube on the side. They're my hobbies, they're my passion. And there's a lot of things I struggle with, but number one, until I got my lash lift done, I struggled to curl my lashes properly and apply mascara. But now that my lashes are perfectly curled properly thanks to my lash lift, I can do mascara without a problem. So yeah, I would say probably still curling my lashes, something I completely fail at, I struggle with, but right now I'm doing okay. If you haven't heard of a lash lift, I'm going to insert a link up here to my video that tells you all about lash lifts and the differences between lash lifts and lash extensions. Question number 2. On that note, are there any makeup techniques that you'd like to improve or learn how to do? So I absolutely would love to learn how to curl my lashes without having to have my lashes get a lash lift. But I'm not even sure if it's possible just because they're so freaking stubborn and straight. I would definitely love to learn like a newer, quicker, easier way to do a cat eye on my hooded eyes. And yeah, probably just stuff more around like having a makeup artist teach me how to flatter my features. Because like everything I've learned has been by trial and error and the few times I've taken lessons and classes and studied. Okay, question number 3. Are there any makeup looks, styles, trends, or techniques that you absolutely refuse to do or follow on yourself? So I would say for me recently, still not into Instagram brows, still not into heavy contour, but that stuff seems to be dying out. Honestly, I haven't paid a lot of attention to trends recently just because I've kind of been so busy with work and with the extra classes and stuff that I'm doing, in addition to blogging and YouTube, that I haven't really paid attention. So the next question is, are there any makeup trends or styles that you used to dislike but now love? Or vice versa, any that you used to love that you don't care about anymore? And again, I'm going to be honest with you, I haven't really been paying attention to trends much recently just because I've been so wrapped up and busy in my own thing. Even before I started taking extra classes again for the past couple months, you know, I've still basically kind of been in mourning over the loss of my grandmother, who was like my mom. So I really have not been like dialed in and tapped into stuff like the trends like I should have been. And I'm going to be honest with you, that's just where I'm at. I basically have just been wearing makeup for me, makeup that makes me happy, and not really paying attention to much anything else. 5. Are there any beauty or makeup trends that most people hate that you maybe secretly like? I love highlighting. I'm sure there are a lot of people out there who are like, I'm so tired of the highlighting trend, can it die? But I love to highlight, I love to glow. I'm actually wearing just very subtle highlighter today because I just used like a strobing cream underneath my foundation and didn't actually put on any highlighter on top, which is a rarity for me, but I really, really enjoy that glow. Number 6, are there any makeup rules or stereotypes that bother you? Yes, there are. And in fact, I did a whole video on makeup myths for women over 40 because, as you know, I'm 41 years old. And there's a lot of things that people tell you. Once you hit 40, you're done with glitter, you're done with fun colors, you have to stick to neutrals. And I basically just said a big F you to those rules. If you're curious about them, I'm going to insert a link to my video up here so you can check that out. But yeah, I pretty much don't agree with those rules. I think it's good to learn the rules of makeup when you're starting, and then you can learn how to break them. So, you know, you learn that you don't want to have bold eyes, bold lips, bold cheeks all at once, but maybe once you're more accustomed to wearing makeup and more comfortable, you can feel confident rocking bold eyes and bold lips. Okay, next question is, what old news makeup products do you still love and use on the regular? Oh my God, probably a lot of them. I would say that any of my Urban Decay Vice lipsticks, I don't feel like those are new news now because they've been around for a couple years, yet I still love them. That's still my go-to bullet lipstick formula. Again, probably like my Urban Decay eyeliners and lip pencils, those are all go-to products for me, but I don't hear people really talk about them much anymore. They're not really hyped up because people are on to the next big thing, and I'm still, you know, a diehard Urban Decay fan, so I love those products. Okay, question number 8. It's possible that there may be a specific YouTuber or YouTubers that inspired you to start a YouTube channel, but let's talk about what, if anything, YouTubers inspired you not to do. So, considering that it's felt like it was like YouTuber apocalypse over the past like 6 months or whatever, I have learned how not to do beauty launches by watching Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics and her crash and burn. Like, I mean, not that I would do what she did, but she did a lot of like just crazy stuff. So I would definitely not want to be like her. I don't want to be like Kat Von D. I don't want to be like Jeffree Star. Those are all people I don't want to be like. I don't, you know, I just want to talk about makeup and play with makeup. And yeah. Number 9, what beauty content do you love creating the most? I don't know. That's a good question. I know so many of you love the fact that I create hooded eye tutorials. So I have fun doing those, but I feel like I don't get a lot of views on my tutorial videos. So either I don't do the right style of editing, or I'm not really sure what's up with that. So I feel like even though I like doing those and people ask for them, they don't get watched very much. So it feels like I put a lot of time and energy into making a video that not very many people enjoy. I do really enjoy videos where I get to talk to you, like a video like this where I'm doing a tag, or maybe like my lipstick swatch videos are a lot of fun for me right now. So that's probably what I would say I like to do right now. Number 10, is there any content that you create based on audience requests or interest that you actually don't really like or prefer to create? I don't know. That's a good question. I think because I do YouTube, just like blogging, as kind of like a passion project and as a hobby, I really won't spend time or energy on videos I don't personally like, just because I don't feel like I have enough time in the day to waste in that. It's like I'd rather do a video that I think somebody else will like, or I'd rather create content that I think people are going to enjoy and watch than waste my time making a video that nobody's going to watch. Because for like, even like anywhere from like a 5 to 10 minute video clip that I create for you, that's still going to have at least 4 to 8 hours worth of work for me on my end. So why would I want to put that, you know, put a day's work into creating a video that nobody's going to enjoy? Number 11, how often do you film? So my goal is always to make at least 2 YouTube videos a week. If I can do more, I'm like feeling great. What I've been trying to do lately is make a video and put it up every other day, so every 2 days. And while I'm doing this extra course stuff that I'm doing, that's just been impossible. But oh yeah, I am taking like a YouTube bootcamp course to try to improve my video editing and my thumbnails and my titles, and just to make overall better content, because it's very frustrating as a creator to spend all the time, as I mentioned before, making content and then having nobody watch it. And I feel like the reason nobody watches my content is because I have really shitty thumbnails. So I'm trying to improve that. The next question is, do you have a job outside of YouTube? And the answer is yes. While I do work from home, which I love because that gives me a lot of freedom and flexibility, I do have a full-time job. I work for my partner's company, and we work in the auto industry. Most of our clients are auto industry clients. So yeah, I do work. I do have a job that's outside of YouTube and blogging. And so that's why I say, you know, if you aren't seeing any videos from me, check my blog, because if I don't have time to get a video up, I usually still have time to write a blog post and get a blog post up with pictures and swatches. So number 13, what beauty content do you enjoy consuming or watching the most? That's a tough one. I have not watched a ton of beauty stuff over the past, year and a half or whatever since my grandmother passed, just because it's been really hard for me. I have watched some specific people. I've been watching Angelica. I've watched JenLuvsReviews. I've watched RinaReviews. Like, I've watched like a lot of my friends and smaller creators who I feel like I have more of a personal connection with. And usually from them, I do like to see like lip swatch videos or favorites videos. Probably favorites videos right now are my favorite, because I want to see like why you really love something. I'm kind of tired of just seeing all of the new releases coming out, because I'm really tired of the whole push to buy. In fact, I personally have cut way back on my spending for buying beauty products for my blog and for YouTube, just because there's just so much coming out. I can't hope to keep up. There's no reason for me to try to buy enough to keep up. So yeah, that's where I'm at with that. So the next question is, are there any non-makeup channels you love? Okay, so I really love Philip DeFranco and the Young Turks for news, but I tend to be more liberal and social in my news sources, or in what I like to consume. I also really love New Rock Stars and Emergency Awesome, because they kind of like give me TV and movie stuff, like if I'm looking for fun stuff like that. I sometimes go look up video game stuff because I like to game. Also, I do like to watch a lot of science stuff. I usually will watch science stuff with my husband Ray, because he's super into watching science stuff. So we'll watch like the Slow-Mo guys, or Smarter Every Day, or Veritasium, stuff like that. So question number 15, are there any makeup misconceptions because of YouTube or Instagram that you wish people knew the truth about, or that you hope to change with your channel? I would definitely say that at least as far as gothic makeup goes and the goth subculture, one of the stereotypes that I really hate is that people seem to think that you have to be white to be goth, which is not true. That is absolutely not true. Goth is not white. Do not equate goth and white. Anybody who is into the goth scene and goth music is goth. So it doesn't matter what your skin color is to listen to music. And that's like a misconception that I feel is kind of related that really bothers me that I've spoken out about. I've created videos about it. So actually, if you haven't seen it, I'm going to insert a link up here to check out my top gothic goth myths busted, because that's one of the things that really pisses me off, is being told, oh, you can only be goth if you're white. No, that is not true. Number 16, have you ever felt unqualified or like a bad beauty YouTuber because you didn't do things just like every other beauty guru? I definitely want to say that I went through a phase for a long time where I felt like I wasn't pretty enough or thin enough or blonde enough or tan enough for YouTube. And, it didn't help that everybody who's online, who puts their face forward online, will have to deal with trolls at some point. And it didn't help that I had trolls that were telling me that I was stupid and ugly and fat and talentless and I should kill myself for over 2 years. So it made me sit there and doubt, well, I love makeup and I want to share my love of makeup and the stuff that I've picked up and I get excited over. I want to share it with you guys. But then I have these other people over here who are completely shitting on me, telling me all of these horrible things, and it's really bad for my mental health. So, one of the reasons that I'm glad that I personally see a therapist, just saw my therapist today, is that she helped me work through these issues and stop comparing myself. And I'll tell you, one of the most freeing things in life is when you stop comparing yourself to other people and you work on just improving yourself and comparing you to yourself. That is so much better, so much healthier. Number 17, if you could collaborate with a brand, what would it be and what would you create? Okay, so I've always wanted to collaborate with Urban Decay to create a purple eyeshadow palette. I'm trying to work with Saucebox to create the perfect little mini duochrome palette. So I hope that can happen. I love Saucebox so much, you know this. I would also love to collaborate with a brand to make a foundation line, maybe Milk Makeup, because I'm so in love with their Blur liquid foundation. But I would love to be able to create a foundation line that was inclusive for everyone of every undertone and something, because that's, foundation is something I struggle with. That's why I've bought so many foundations. That's why you see a lot of foundation swatches on my channel and my Instagram and my blog, etc., is because foundations, especially if you're on either extreme end of the spectrum, can be very difficult to find. So that's why I would like to make a foundation line that was perfect for every extreme ends, the very, very light, the very, very dark, and everything in between, all of the olive undertones. Everybody who gets forgotten, that's what I would want to do. The next question is, would you rather collaborate with a brand or create your own makeup and beauty line? I would rather collaborate with a brand to make something, because I don't have the background to, I don't have the background to pick labs or formulations or stuff like that. So I feel like I would definitely want to work with somebody who is an expert in the industry, like a chemical expert, a formulation expert, so I could actually make a good product that was going to last. Because I feel like that's where a lot of, when I've looked at failed brands that have launched or collaborations, they fail because they kind of just have a name on it and they're kind of like a shitty product. They don't really have a good formula. So I wouldn't want to make that mistake. Okay, and the last question is, because your average booty guru doesn't typically do this, it's shout out time. Name 3 beauty content creators you think deserve more followers or recognition. Okay, so this is easy for me. Number 1 would be my friend Miranda from Slashed Beauty. Miranda puts so much time and energy into her videos. She works so hard at them, and I feel like she's really grown and improved, and her channel is growing. I think she just crossed over 30,000, which is a big milestone to me, because I'm at 24,000 or whatever, so I feel like that's so far away. But I'm so proud of her because she's put all of this work in, and she really likes to focus on drugstore beauty, so beauty that is affordable and easy for everybody to obtain and enjoy. So I think that's great. She's not cruelty-free specific, but she does cover a lot of, drugstore cruelty-free brands. So I think she's totally worth checking out. Number 2 on my list would be Linda from Glitter Fallout. I love her so much. She's very cheery and she's very down to earth. And I really enjoy chatting with her. And when I watch her videos, much like with my friend Miranda, I feel like I'm hanging out with somebody just in the room that I could just hang out with and go get drinks with, that I want to chat with. So I find her really enjoyable. And the third person would be Arna Alayne. She's just one of my favorite pale beauty YouTubers, and she does have a pretty good following, but I still think she deserves 1 million followers or more, because she's She's very well spoken, and again, YouTube isn't like her main job or anything because she's a musician, and maybe that's another reason like I kind of relate to her. But I don't know. I feel like the three of them are really great and they could definitely use more followers, so you should please check them out. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed this booty guru tag. I had a lot of fun creating it for you. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and share. And if you didn't like this video, hit the thumbs down and tell me why. If you're looking for what to watch next, check over here because YouTube is going to suggest something awesome just for you, which may or may not be creepy depending on how you feel about that. And I'll see you in my next video.